Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. Last time we went to
You look like
Orzamar.
you're not from around here.
This time we're talking to Dogna here.
I've been
Is that
trying
how you say your
forever to
name?
find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
Yeah, we've been there. They had interesting problems.
Oh, my lady, it's an honor. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation, and a great responsibility.
Yeah, why are you interested in the circle?
I've been trying to reach someone there for years.
We
I've sent
appreciate
missives
it.
with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
But do remember, dwarves can't become mages, but she knows that. But I'm gonna
want to do magic. No dwarf
have
can
her
cast
explain
spells,
herself.
but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzamar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
That actually sounds like a really good idea.
That would be
yeah.
wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smith Cast.
Oh,
Tell them
not
I've already
Dogna.
begun reading the Teventer
It's
Imperium's
Dagna.
Verticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child? Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Oh, excellent. Well, Wynn approved of that. So we have to go to the circle and ask First Enchanter for another favor. I guess that's another reason to...
Oddly, they're supposed to be safer to travel during a blight.
Oh, they're talking about the deep roads. Oh, hey, we found a nug. It looks like a giant bunny-dog mix. Okay, then.
What's this? An elf? I'm sorry, but I cannot.
Anyways,
allow you
so I
past
guess
the
this
front
is another
lines without
good
Nadesh's
reason
permission.
to go to
And
the Circle
I've heard
Tower
nothing
first.
of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
Okay.
Don't let the comm fool you. The Darkspawn are down there, aren't they, Commander?
Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
Yeah, actually, yeah, they're on the surface.
The surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except
Except during blights. Ancestors save us if that's what's happening.
That is what's happening, and that's why I'm here to get support.
Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin.
Oh, giant spiders. Hey, we can get toxin extracts from giant
Ugly
spiders.
beasts they are. Walk on two legs, but they have the head of a worm and hunt in packs. Watch out. They're not afraid to take on a group their own size.
Oh, they sound
For
interesting.
your sake, I hope you've no reason to come here again.
Oh, I do. I will. I mean, it's there. You know we're gonna go there at some point. You just know it. Hey, I found your Nug thing. Nug
Come on,
Wrangler.
I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell.
I have one for you. Here you go.
Zaraka, I'm back in the game. Such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude.
Wow.
I'll find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
And he actually does have 12 silver for us for every one we find, so I guess we'll go around and collect more. I hear it. I see it. This is kind of an easy quest. So for each little nug that we take this guy, he's going to give us 12 silver for it. I'm good with that. I wonder if there's one over this... Oh,
Yes, Alistair?
Codex. Nug.
I see. And?
Oh, Alistair and Wynn are talking.
Can't you mend
Alistair
your
has a
own
hole in
clothes?
his shirt.
Why do I have to do it?
Sometimes I pick up too much fabric and it ends up all puckered and the entire garment hangs wrong afterward. And you're, you know, grandmotherly. grandmothers do that sort of thing, don't they? Darning socks and whatnot.
Oh my gosh,
You don't
Alistair's
want me to have
voice
to
during
fight dark
this.
corn in a shirt with a hole, do you? It might get bigger. I might catch cold.
Oh, all
Oh
right.
my
I'll mend
gosh.
your shirt the next time we set up camp.
Oh, and while you're at it, the elbows kind of need patching too.
Careful, young man, or puckered garments may be the least of your problems.
Good day to you.
Oh, Alistair. He's definitely my favorite character as far as like personality-wise. As far as favorite for combat-wise, I don't know if I really have one. They've all disappointed me in combat. Either not doing enough damage, dying too quickly. Yeah,
Welcome to
that pretty
Jan
much
R
sums it up.
Family
Or
Armors.
not healing
I
people
must say,
quick enough.
you look like our type of people.
They've all been guilty
Looking
of
for a
it.
new set of mail. At Jan R's, we have everything from leather to platinum. Has she been bothering you? Gets a whiff of surface stink and she's like a cave tick. Won't let go.
Oh, so her father does not approve of her going...
Do you even know what that means? If Dagna goes to the surface, she forfeits her caste. She'll never be able to marry or work in Orzamar again. Dwarves don't do magic. Dagna knows that. It's just a childhood fantasy that dies hard.
She knows that. She wants to go study it, not try to
Send her back
do
and
it.
Let me talk some sense into her.
So apparently...
Please don't encourage Dagna further. Tell her you were wrong and that her place is with her family.
No. I want to see what you have.
I stay out of politics. It's not good
Or
for a
where
smith
your
to
stance
get the
is on
attention
this.
of those who grant vendors licenses. Lord Harriman's a fair man. My father did business with him, and he always paid on time. But the Idukans have served us well. If it is the ancestors' wisdom to keep them on the throne, I cannot object.
That was a very
course.
neutral stance.
Keep
Okay.
in mind, we also take items on trade.
So here's the thing, though. Like, Dagna knows what she's getting into, okay? She's an adult. She really wants to go to the surface world and study magic. Why? And she knows the consequences. She knows, you know, she would lose her caste if she goes to the surface, yada, yada, yada. But if she still wants to do that, why stand in her way? It's like that's clearly what her passion and desire is to do with her life. And there's, as Dagna mentioned, there's good that it can bring. I'm not going to talk to Dagna again right now because I haven't talked to
lost in darkness.
surface world. I haven't talked to what's
I'm sorry.
first
Did you have
enchanter
an offering
Irving
for
yet.
the ancestors? Although I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone.
Okay, so that's kind
My
of
name
what
is
they
Hilda,
believe
widow
down
of
here
Turok
with
of the Smith
religion.
caste. I pray here every day for my son Ruck. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul.
So what happened
It
to him?
was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was
Ooh,
so
5
proud.
years.
But he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them. How?
Do you want me to go
There
look
is
for
no
him?
way except to brave the Deep Roads yourself.
Well, duh.
A warden. So you could do it. Only wardens face the Deep Roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good widow Filda. We'll do our best.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
What, Morrigan's not going to disapprove because we're helping someone? This does sound like a very far-fetched question. I mean, I'd imagine after 5 years being in the Deep Roads as a smith and not even like a warrior, like just think of all the food he would have to gather
And now, elves running around like they
to try and survive.
Topsiders? Good. Get some outside gold in here. Calm people
I mean, it's
down.
possible he's
Make them
still
think we should
alive,
open the gates for
but
good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for.
I'm betting more along the lines of,
Not your business, but I see where the gold is. He's the
that.
traditional pick.
Of
Yet he wants a
him,
new
of
way,
us, like,
whether some
returning
like
to
it or
her
not.
and telling her that her son's dead. But at least she'd
Just
have
as many say
confirmation.
Harrowmont. Neither
This
are
guy.
paragons. And the scales being equal, I go with the promise of more trade.
I can understand that as well.
I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
And I do like the idea of kind of breaking down this caste system that they have that really, it doesn't really benefit people. It really doesn't. It holds down people who are in like lower castes or different castes from doing something that they could actually be really talented and good at. And we actually saw that in the dwarf commoner thing where we actually, won at the proving, beating all the, people that had a cast. And now we have this. That's like a point on an attribute, but I don't really want to spend that much just for 1 point. Or maybe it's multiple points. I don't know. There's more gifts there. I'm not going to worry about too many of the gifts at the shops yet. Because here's the other thing about that. If I can get everybody's happiness high enough without having to buy gifts from the shop, then I don't need to buy gifts from the shop, and I can use that money on other
Return
things.
to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light.
Or if I need to buy the gifts, then I can go back through the shops and buy the gifts.
And that is something to rejoice in, good sister. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzamar.
Oh, so he wants to bring some of the surface world culture to Orzamar. I'd be okay with that. Give people options, give people choices, and
I need the Shaper of Memory's permission.
let them decide what they want to do and learn about, rather than just, seal it off and censor
I
it.
hoped you'd say that. I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder.
So yeah, we're going to agree to try and do this.
Please let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
So we will have to go talk to someone. Hey, another Nug. You can hear the thing. Wonder if there's any Nugs. Oh, no, not the dust.
Going.
You just say going when I told you to check that? Oh, we have to go to the tavern. Tapsters. Yeah, we'll go in here. And then we'll go to the Dust Town.
Do not buy anything, or touch anything, or sit anywhere.
Okay, Morrigan.
First of all, stranger, you must be the Grey Warden we heard about. Welcome to Tapsters. I'm Cora, your hostess. How may I serve you?
Oh, news travels fast.
So you come to Tapsters? I guess you're not asking for anything official, or you'd be at the Shaperate. But I can certainly give you a mole's eye view.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
The nobles stay upstairs, except when they're slumming. You'll find the assembly there, the palace, the Shaperate, and plenty of estates. Down from here is just Dust Town or the mines, so my recommendation is avoid. It's not part of the city, just some old tunnels where the castless build their nests. No one goes there if they can help it. But if you want fun, your best bet is the Proving.
Okay, well, we're
It's
already
the
kind of
bureau
familiar
all the
with all these
Shapers in
places
Orzamar,
from
led by the
playing
Shaper
the
of Memories.
intros.
If you're from the surface, I guess you'd call them scholars. They keep all of our records, laws, genealogies. You got questions about Orzamar's history, and don't mind answers in words as long as your leg, that's the place to go.
I imagine, regardless of which of the
Grey Warden is always
dwarf
welcome in Tapsters.
intros you took, coming back to Orzamar as a dwarf is probably going to be very, very different.
There's an ale out there with my name on it.
I'm coming. Hold on.
When you come back as a Grey Warden, especially if you're like the castless guy that becomes a Grey Warden.
Afternoon, stranger. You looking for a stool to share a brew?
Um, who are you and what do you want?
Name's Naveen. I fight with Prince Balin's Expeditionary Field Unit. Yourself?
Balin. I'm Dagna, Grey Warden.
Figured as much. Good folks, Wardens. I was in the deep roads when that one came by. What was his name? Dunca... something like that.
Oh, you met Duncan. Neat.
I met him, sure. Good man. Solid. He knows what we go through in the deep roads. Not many do. Not even the ones who live this close. You have to be on the front lines.
I see.
I go where I'm sent, fight when I'm there, and leave politics where it belongs.
Okay.
Every Grey Warden ends up there. That's where they send you when you're ready to leave this world. Go die in the dark, putting away as many vermin as you can. Getting more crowded these days, though. Lots of people interested all of a sudden. We go back tomorrow, and we're not the only ones. Balin ordered us in at first bell. He's splitting us into 4 teams to search for some of the lost Tigers. Looking for signs of Bronca, I guess. Seems to be who everyone's after.
Oh, who's this Bronca?
Bronca was a paragon, some kind of great smith or whatnot. But she went batty and let her whole house into the deep roads more than 2 years ago. No chance she could have survived. And a lot of good men are gonna die looking for her corpse. Excuse me. This
And
brew
we're
is
probably
starting
gonna go
to
looking
taste
for her
awful bitter.
corpse, aren't we? Okay, and he's kind of done with that conversation after that. Okay. So, while Balin does present some nice ideas like breaking down some of those barriers, opening up trade more, the way he's been
Lord
going
Dennick
about trying to
Helmy,
get into power
honored
is
Desher of the
all
Orzamar
wrong,
Assembly,
and I don't like what he
terrible
did
disappointment to my
in the
esteemed
past.
mother.
So,
Doesn't like me spending time
I
in
mean, I kind of
taverns.
hinted at this, but we're
You
going
understand
to
what I'm
side
saying,
with
right?
Lord
On the surface,
Harrowmont.
there are no castes, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden?
I mean, we have our problems, but casts don't fix those. Oh yeah, and humans kind of
But there are those like you
don't
who
treat
see
elves
this
very
with
well.
concern, no? Well, I've taken the time to actually talk to the other castes. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the assembly. Orzamar is so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary.
Agreed.
Me and 79 other fine, upstanding examples of how someone who's born into every privilege inevitably wants more. They're not fond of my views on equality. I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Quarter in his life. But Lord Harrowmont seems a bit more forgiving. Prince Balin's brilliant, I'll give him that, and subtle as sin. But I don't think anything in Orzamar matters more to him than winning. As you wish.
Okay. So he's going to be one of the voters to vote for the next king.
What? Get away. You'll change like the rest. Monsters hidden in all my friends.
Are you okay?
They follow you. Once you are in the story, they possess your friends and follow. See? I found copies. All from the same pen and older than the ones in song. Dormant my ass. Take them. I want out. I won't disappear chasing a lie. I won't.
What? My codex got updated for that. It wasn't like a quest update. I'll worry about that later. Maybe I can like look at the codex off camera and try to see what that was about. That would be the smart thing to do. But guess what I'm not going to do between the end of this episode and the start of the next one? Although the next episode is the last chunk of gameplay I have at the point of me doing this post-commentary here, so you know, that might be a good thing to note down to look up and read about in the Codex, so that maybe I can present myself competently in the next couple episodes. Guess what else I don't have at my side right now while I do this? Yeah, my notebook and paper. Notebook and paper? Notebook and pen.
Let me guess. This is where the poor people live.
Good guess, Alistair. What gave it away? The people who told us that are the... Oh. Okay, and apparently they want to mug us, too. Which I don't mind coming down and stabbing some of these thugs. It gives me some experience. Stun and stab. Rip the toes off, you know, the usual thing. Are there like more of these thugs coming at us after... as this battle has been going on? No, well, there went the leader, and there went that guy. Anybody else want some of the Grey Warden? I know we were warned not to come here, but... it's me. We're going to explore and find stuff. We have Codex entries, we have this guy to talk to, we have that building to go in.
You don't look like any guardsman I ever saw, and that's not much of a uniform.
I'm a Grey Warden.
Oh, you looking for a chance to bring in some coin? Could be I have that opportunity.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Especially for someone with a few connections above ground.
Alright, what do you got for
Human
us?
kings, you know, they make these ridiculous laws. Like about who gets to buy and sell lyrium, the sacred gift the stone provides us to show her love. No law should regulate
I wouldn't
that.
describe it like that,
The laws
but
are meant to keep mages away from the stuff.
I can kind of agree with
there's
your
always
sentiments
buyers
here.
in the Circle Tower. I got one man named Godwin. He's expecting a delivery of a stone.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
You want an investment opportunity? I could see fit to, say, sell you that lyrium instead, at the reasonable price of 50 sovereigns. You can keep it.
I don't think I
or,
even have that much
since
money
you can
anymore.
travel freely from here, sell it to Godwin, who you know is buying. And if you bring
Yeah,
back
but
his
I don't know
return
what he's
order, I
buying
could
it
pay
for.
You, say, 20 sovereigns as a finder's fee.
And then you're going to pay us 20 sovereigns back if we trust you. This is one of those
More
things
so
that
for someone like you, I guess. Most dwarves born down
I'm
here
not
have
trusting
natural immunity.
of
Other
this
races,
deal.
there are problems if they spend too long with the ore. The real issue is
I don't really care about
lyrium's
this.
valuable.
So the
It's
real issue I
only
have
found
with
down
this
here, and human mages can't work without it.
is that, okay, say I give him... We had this happen in the Dwarf Common
Long as you
thing
keep
where
your
we
eyes
got the
down and your
lyrium,
mouth shut,
but we
got
couldn't
no
sell
further
it for what the guy told us it was supposedly worth. Oh, I don't get an option on that again? You're just going to walk away? Okay. Okay, I guess that's how that goes.
Whoever you're looking for, it's not me.
That's unfortunate. But, so... Because what I'm imagining is, okay, we buy this for 50 sovereigns, then we go to sell it, and, oh, hey, it's only worth, like, 10.
Maybe you wanted to sell.
He only buys it for 10. And he totally rips us off.
Well, our business is kind of covert, if you know
That's
what
the
I mean.
problem I have with
It's illegal
this.
in Orzamar.
He's
for
like,
you
oh
to
yeah,
engage
Godwin's
in
buying, but
protected trade,
I don't know
it would
how
be the
much
other way
that
if I
stuff is
shared things
actually
with my
worth, or how
friends.
much we're actually going to be
For
able to
money.
get for it.
Why don't you take a look?
Okay. What do you got here? Anything interesting? See, I've only got like 35 gold now. I bought something. I don't think any of this is stuff we need. Chanter's robes. Willpower, magic, defense. I mean, that's kind of better. Oh, and one of them already has it. Okay. I guess I don't really need that. Again, I want to save. I'm kind of at the point in the game where I want to like save as much money as I can to try and buy maybe one or two of those big ticket items. Yeah, we do need toxin extracts, so I'll buy those. I still don't have enough of those. Maybe when we get to the deep roads we can find some. Ooh. A manual for a specialization I'm not going to use, so forget that. But I guess it's there if we want it. Dwarven War Axe. It's going to get sold for money. Codex entries for easy experience. See, there were reasons to come to Dust Town here. Other than just killing people who randomly wanted to kill us.
Get them topside?
No, I'm an elf that's
My man
lived in
used to say
Orzamar
they
all
don't
my
got no
life.
stone to protect them topside. If I go up there, I'm gonna fall into the sky.
What? That's not how that works.
Yes. When my dad left, he never came back. Who's to say he didn't fall up, eh? Don't fall into the sky when you go back up there.
Okay, you're weird.
Yes?
This is why we
Someone
need
like
to
you
bring
hanging
more
about Dust Town so much.
culture and...
Don't fall into...
Okay, I guess we can't do anything else with that conversation. I don't know if we were supposed to select something different or what that could have led to.
It's not often old Nadezhda sees a fine-dressed stranger here in Dust Town. Help a poor cripple.
I want to hear your story first.
You're
Well,
as kind as you are beautiful.
I'll help you, but I want to hear your
I
story.
get back on my feet, if my feet still worked. It takes a stranger to
Well,
notice
you're
how
standing
bad
now,
things are,
but-
huh? No dwarf would lift a sodding finger. Excuse my language. What takes you out of the diamond quarters, stranger? You got a vice you're looking for old Nadezhda to fill?
What do you have around here?
I'd say it
Yes,
was an
tell
accident
me your
trying to
story.
get some sympathy coin, but you look like you'd rather hear the truth. I was running protection for the Carta when some guardsmen caught me. Duster I was with had coin for a bribe, but I took a stand. Guardsmen broke my sodding kneecaps and had me kneel in dung until the infection set in. Never healed proper.
Ooh, okay. And of course they can get away with that because it's your castless.
I don't know
but
where you're from, but in Orzamar, castless have
shouldn't
no
be that
lineage,
way.
so it's no crime to hurt you. You're born to wear a branded face in Orzamar, and you'll live your life in Dust Town. Means you don't exist. It tells everyone who sees you not to work with you, not to serve you, and not to care if you're hurt. The Deep Lords burn it into us the day we're born, so no one accidentally oversteps her place.
Yeah, that's terrible.
If you have that kind of coin, Salroka, you don't want to drink what they've got here. Take yourself up to Tapster's. Long as your face isn't branded, they've got anything you want. I'll just stay out of your way then.
All right.
So
Spare a bit for the needy?
Hello there.
Have you a coin to spare, milady? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today.
Do you actually have a son, or are
Neither
you
have
just
I.
making this up? I mean, because that happens too, but
Thank you.
yeah.
A stranger
Well,
would care so much when my own
It's
family
5
barred
silver.
me from their halls unless I'm willing to. But no, I can't bear to even think of it.
so what's? Tell me
I
more.
wish there were. My name is Erlinda. I wasn't always like this. I was born to a mining caste family. We weren't wealthy, but I never went hungry before. Now it's all gone, and it's my own fault. Ancestors curse me, but there's nothing I can do to set it right.
So what happened?
Fell in love. He seemed so exotic, you know? Tough and smart, and never had to bow his head to anyone. He was casteless, and I know he was just trying to father a higher caste child so he could petition for status. But our child was a son, casteless like his father. My parents disowned me and stripped my caste from me. Unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him.
Yep, that's terrible. All the terribleness of the caste system coming
Cannot
out.
abandon my baby. The Shapers teach that only children of true lineage exist, not those born casteless. But they never carried a child. He cries like any other infant, and smiles when he's warm and full. I can't kill him because of an accident of birth, an accident I forced on him.
Then I can go talk to your family.
You would do
I mean,
that?
there's a persuasion
But why?
check there to, like, get her to abandon him, but I'm not taking that. I don't like to see a child suffer.
Then I cannot offer
That's
enough
true.
gratitude. But I warn you, my father is a stiff-necked man. His name is Ordell, and he's usually at Tapster's in the evening. I do not think he will listen to you. But I will wait anxiously to see if you
Oh,
can
if he
do
doesn't
what you
listen to
promised.
me, I'll have a reason to punch him in the face. Or stab him, in this case. Wynn approves of that, okay. So yeah, when a casteless and someone with a caste get married in Orzamar, and they have a child, the child belongs to whichever caste that that their same gendered parent had. So that's why, you know, everything went bad when she had a son, because the father was casteless, whereas if it was a daughter, then it would be, you know,
And done.
whatever her caste was. Mining caste? Yeah, I think that's what she said. Couple treasures in here. This is the place where we were at the Dwarf Commoner intro. Yeah, new sword for Alistair. And I know I'm a little bit over time, but I wanted to finish exploring this part of Dusttown because next time I'm going to meet you at the Circle Tower. I'm going to go back there and talk to... We're going to wrap up that side quest. And we're going to talk to Irving about having Dagna Dogna come over. And we'll let her chase her dreams, but her dreams will have to wait until next time.